Hey, what's going on with y'all, man? It's for the fathers again. Another video. I might, you know what? I might make a YouTube channel called For the Fathers because I like to talk to dads. I like to talk to dads, man. We are important. So let me tell you a story. This is 13 years ago. My son, 15 years old. My oldest son, 15 years old. It's 13 years ago. My son was 2 years old, and me and his mom was going through little issues at the time. Um, but we really didn't have too many problems. My son's mom, we didn't really have too many problems. Every now and then, like we have little spats here and there, or little arguments or whatever. But you know what I'm saying. So back then, this is one of like the bad ones. When we was like cussing each other out and stuff. So um, and this is the last time that happened. That's why I'm telling. That's why I'm sharing the story. Um, so we have disagreements still like here and there, but it ain't nothing like serious. It ain't nothing too serious for the most part. I get my point across. Whatever she get her point across, and that be that. We resolve it. But our relationship, it take grown ups though to have something like this. When you have a baby mom and you don't got no issues, y'all don't really got no beefs or nothing like that. Um, that it take two grown ups to be able to do that. And not just that, but it take for me, it take a lot of prayer. It take prayer, and I know God is really the reason. You know what I'm saying? Uh, God just gives me peace through most of it. Through most of my relationship with my baby mom. It's not perfect. It ain't nothing perfect though. You ain't even got to say goes without being said, but for the most part, it's straight. It's straight. Her and my wife are good friends. Uh, her two girls are like best friends with my, especially the older girl, Bailey. She like best friends with my little daughter. So everything be cool. But I do want to share a story though. Uh, this happened, like I said, 13 years ago. So we was going back and forth, and and I was like cussing around and stuff, like a bad little argument. But I remember uh, the next morning, mind you, like I said, my son was 2 years old, 2 years old, and he woke up in the morning. We was talking or whatever. I was talking to him, playing with him, and then he got serious. Right at 2 years old, he got serious, and he was like, because he was right there watching it all. He witnessed everything, but he was like, Daddy. I said, yeah. He was like, don't say bad words to my mommy no more. And my initial thought was, boy, I'm your dad. You shut up. You shut your little butt up. That was my initial thought. I didn't say that, but I got offended when he said that. But I thought about it and I put myself in his shoes. That's his mama at the end of the day. You know, my job is to protect my son, to love my son, and to put my son first before my relationship, my feelings, my opinions of who his mom is, what she, whatever the case, whatever I was feeling at the time, that don't got nothing to do with nothing. The most important thing is my son don't like when I say cuss words to his mom. That's my main goal, to not do that no more, to not show him that side of me no more, especially not toward his mom, because that's his mother. I think a lot of us dudes, we underestimate, how powerful that is. Like, our words, and how evil, some of the things we say could be, and how that affects our kids, especially when you talking to their mama. That is not cool. Your kids will grow, especially your boys. They will grow up to resent you. They grow up trying to put hands on you. A lot of y'all deal with that. A lot of y'all deal with your older sons getting older. Maybe you got to beat him up and punch him in his mouth, whatever the case, But it shouldn't even get to that, because you shouldn't even, uh, you should be disrespecting his mama in front of his face. You should be disrespecting his mama at all, but you just gotta put yourself in your kids' shoes at the end of the day. and stop having this mentality like, I don't give a damn, this is my baby mom, you know, this is my business, stay out of my business. It's not about that. That son is seeing that. Your son, your kids, they seeing that. They seeing how you talk to their mama. They seeing how you deal with their mom when you get pissed off, when you get mad. It's not okay. It's not okay. And I never want my son to have to see that again. And he ain't never seen it again. He's seen probably a little back and forth because of disagreements or something like that. But it ain't never nothing serious. It ain't never nothing where I'm raising my voice and where I'm cussing and nothing like it was when he was 2 years old. And he remembered that. He don't remember now. Obviously, I'll be telling him a story though, but he know that his dad respect him enough. Even when he was 2 years old, I respect my son. I love my son at the end of the day, and I loved him enough to put my emotions to the side, to put what I felt to the side uh, with any situation that arises again. If we had a disagreement or something like that, and I got mad, I put myself in my feelings and everything into mission, and I crucified myself and my flesh to be able to um, uphold my word. When I told my son I wouldn't do that no more, I ain't doing that no more. That's not cool. I would just put myself in his shoes, and I just imagine what if somebody was talking crazy, even if my dad was talking crazy to my mom. You know what I'm saying? And constantly, this is happening my whole life. I'll probably grow up to resent my dad. I'll probably grow up and who knows, wanting to fight my dad or something like that. But uh, we just, I think we don't think enough about our kids. Like I said in another video that I made, how much do we really be loving our kids, man? I think we so emotional, especially black men. A lot of black men be so emotional that y'all don't think about this kind of stuff, man. Y'all don't think about none of that. Y'all just react. Whatever, you just want to react in that moment. You don't think about, you know, you don't have any forethought. You don't have any type of forethought, any thoughts about, man, what is this doing to my son? What is this doing to my kids for me to be going off on their mom right in front of their face? For me to be putting hands on their mama right in front of their face. Like, you don't think your kids gonna grow up to want to knock you out one day? Your sons grow up to put a bullet in your head or something one day? You don't think that? You being so violent like that with their mom? I mean, God forbid, but I'm just saying, like, this kind of stuff happens, and it's because fathers be so, um, they just be so nonchalant about how they treat they baby moms in front of their kids because they just feel like that's my baby mom. I got the right to do whatever I want to do. Y'all stay in y'all place. Y'all mind y'all business. Nah, man. At the end of the day, that's their mama. How would you like if somebody was putting hands on your mama or talking crazy to your mama? You'd be ready to hurt them. It's the same thing. You just they dad, so and that's even worse. Why can't they? They should have enough. Uh, they should feel protected enough and secure enough that they dad is not going to put them in them kind of position, predicaments, to even have to feel like, dang, I gotta protect my mom from my pops. Like, why is that? My dad's supposed to be the one protecting us, protecting my mom if somebody came in here, protecting me if somebody came in here. Why I gotta protect my mama from you? It's a bad situation, man. I don't think dudes be thinking that, when you putting hands on your kid's mom, are talking crazy to her, any of that, and and y'all kids grow up as super dysfunctional. Y'all kids grow up in a lot of chaos and dysfunction, and they get older and they do the same thing to their kids. They subject their kids to that same kind of behavior to their mom, and so on and so forth. And then, who knows what comes from that? Like you have kids, like I said, you have kids wanting to kill you, wanting to put hands on you when you get older, but when they get older, it's just a bad situation, man. Yeah, I think y'all need to just stop and think about. Uh, Let me think about my kids. First and foremost, let me think about my kids, because that woman can be driving you up the wall. That woman can be making you insane in the membrane. You know what I'm saying? And with the words she say, the stuff that women know how to cut. They know how to say things to cut you. But at the end of the day, like I said, you got to get yourself up out of there. Um, Go to the courts. You know, go try to get custody of your kids if it's that bad. You know what I'm saying? But number one, don't ever give up on your kids. Don't ever leave your kids. And number two, don't let your kids witness that kind of stuff, man, because psychologically that's damaging them in a bad way. They're gonna grow up to have terrible relationships. They're gonna grow up to have a lot of chaos. Um, They not gonna be able to have functional relationships. For the most part, your girls, if you got girls seeing that, boy, oh boy, like they gonna want to do more than likely just like their dad, and wonder why she coming to you saying her boyfriend beating on her, and you want to go kill him, you want to go put hands on him, and then you go put hands on him, and a week later she back with him, and you thinking like, man, what's wrong with you, girl? I didn't raise you like you. Yes, you the hell you did. You raised her exactly like that. You got to deal with that now. Now you sowing and reaping. That's exactly how you raised that girl. You raised her in chaos. You raised her in dysfunction. So you got to deal with that. And if you plan on killing them, okay, well, now you got to go to prison for, it's just a bunch of chaos, man. It's just a bunch of turmoil and just crazy madness. Y'all got to think about what y'all doing and how y'all reacting and violence towards y'all baby moms. It's out of pocket. My son was 2 years old when he told me that, and I respected what he said at 2 years old, and I ain't never cussed at his mama again. Why? Because my son meant more to me. His future meant more to me. My relationship with him and my love for him meant more to me than me cussing his mama out. At the end of the day, I don't give a damn how mad you make me. I'm not letting that get to me no more, to the point where I'm going to call you a cuss word, put my hands on you, none of that crazy stuff. Because that's going to affect my son and how he look at me at the end of the day. And I don't want no bad blood between me and my own seed. So, that's just word of thought, man. Just food for thought, and just a wise word, man. You know, y'all gotta care more about y'all kids. Love your children. Stop worrying about your baby moms and beefing with her and trying to get the last word, and trying not to feel like a punk, and trying to hold on to your pride and your ego. All that stuff is not even necessary, man. It's gonna get you behind bars, and most importantly and worse, it's gonna have your relationship with your kids toe up. They're not gonna respect you, because they don't care about none of that. Oh, mom said this, dad did. All they know is you disrespecting their mama, and vice versa. The mom disrespecting the dads. But I let my wife make those kind of videos addressing women. I just want to address the men. So, all right, man. That's all I got to say about that.